video. Let's watch.
I'm Ryan Rabel. I'm the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas. Thank you for coming. This week, 9 individuals, including well-known musical artists, kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint numerous victims at a music studio in Dallas, Texas. 8 of the 9 were arrested yesterday in Dallas, Memphis, and Nashville. These individuals who are charged and arrested include Lontrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Shiesty, Lontrell Williams Sr., Rodney Wright Jr., also known as Big 30, Kadarius Waters, Demarion Gibson, DeMarcus Glover, Corday Johnson, Darian McDaniel, and Terrence Rogers has not been arrested yet, but will be soon. The complaint alleges that on January 10th of this year, 3 music industry professionals traveled to Dallas for a scheduled business meeting. Lontrell Williams Jr. arranged this meeting purportedly to discuss the terms of his recording contract with one of the victims.
All right. So one of the victims, meaning Gucci Mane. So Lontrell Jr., whatever Pooh Shiesty's real name is, they're saying that Pooh Shiesty wanted to arrange a meeting with Gucci. So Gucci was to come to Dallas because I believe Pooh Shiesty is on papers. I don't think that he can travel like that. Gucci Mane traveled to him. So Gucci Mane travels to Pooh Shiesty so that they can talk about the terms of his contract. Gucci Mane was the one to sign Pooh Shiesty and has the rights over his record career and what he can do, what he can't do, et cetera, et cetera. So this meeting was to be able to speak about the terms of this contract that they had, and it was arranged by Pooh Shiesty. This is the United States Attorney's Office. This is the DOJ website, Department of Justice. All right. So they put out an immediate press release, and it says 9 men, including well-known musical artists, federally charged for kidnapping at music studio in Dallas. It says this week, the 9 individuals, including well-known musical artists, were federally charged for kidnapping and robbing at gunpoint numerous victims at a music studio in Dallas, Texas, announced United States Attorney for the Northern District of Texas. It says 8 of the 9 were arrested yesterday in Dallas, Texas, and Memphis, Tennessee. The charged defendants include, not Lontrell Williams Jr., Pooh Shiesty, and Lontrell Williams Williams Sr. Child, you done dragged your daddy, the Lontrell Sr. up in this. And you got Lontrell Jr. Hold on, let me make sure y'all can see the entire thing that I see. All right. They got, and it's like, now, whenever I be seeing certain names, I'll be like, okay, let me not make too fun because, baby, you know, some of us got names now. But let's read through it. So Lontrell Williams Jr., a.k.a. Pooh Shiesty, and Lontrell Williams Sr., Rodney Wright, a.k.a. Rodney Wright Jr., a.k.a. Big 30, Kadarius Waters, Terrence Rogers, Demarion Gibson, DeMarcus, Corday Johnson, and Darian McDaniel. All right. As alleged, 9 defendants traveled to Dallas, Texas to kidnap and rob victims who thought they were coming into town for a business meeting. Instead of discussing business in a civil manner, the defendants resorted to violence and intimidation to achieve their purported business objectives, said Ryan Rabel, United States Attorney for the Northern District of Texas. For anyone contemplating using violence and intimidation as a business practice, I'm here to tell you that it will be vigorously investigated and prosecuted in the Northern District of Texas. This case also highlights the outstanding contributions of my colleagues across the United States, including in the Western District of Tennessee, Middle District of Tennessee, and Eastern District of Texas, as well as the FBI Violent Crimes Task Force and our state and local partners. The Western District of Tennessee employs a whole team concept with federal, state, and local partners to aggressively pursue all violent criminals who dare to commit crime or seek safe haven with our jurisdiction. Here, agents from the FBI Safe Streets Task Force, strongly supported by task force officers from the Memphis Police Department, Shelby County Sheriff's Office, it says DeSoto County Sheriff's Office, and aviation assets from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations brought these violent criminals to justice and put them behind bars. These defendants will be transported to the Northern District of Texas to face their crimes, said D. Michael, whoever. And it says strong partnerships with law enforcement are key to reducing violent crime. The collaboration of multiple agencies ensured the successful arrest of several individuals in both Texas and Tennessee. The FBI remains dedicated to investigating violent offenders and holding them accountable, said FBI Dallas Special Agent in Charge R. Joseph Rock. The complaint alleges that on January 10th of this year, 3 music industry professionals traveled to Dallas for a scheduled business meeting. Lontrell Williams Jr., Pooh, Shiesty, arranged this meeting purportedly to discuss the terms of his recording contract with one of the victims, Gucci Mane. As alleged, one of these 3 men were inside the studio. Williams Jr. and 8 of the co-conspirators, several of whom traveled from Memphis, executed a coordinated armed takeover. The complaint alleges that Williams Jr. produced an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to sign a release from the recording contract at gunpoint. The remaining conspirators displayed firearms and robbed the other victims of Rolex watches, jewelry, cash, and other high-value items. One victim was choked to the point of near unconsciousness. Photo of some of the injuries were included in the complaint. So this is a picture of his neck and wrist. I don't know why I can't speak right now. All right. And then it says photos of injuries sustained to the wrist and neck of one of the victims is the photo that we just saw. And then it says defendant Wright barricaded the studio door with his body to prevent the victims from escaping. So anytime that you prevent somebody from leaving, that is kidnapping. So a lot of people have this misconception that kidnapping means that you literally like put somebody in your car and you like drive them to this undisclosed location. You put them in a basement and you chain them up. No, kidnapping is any time that you block somebody from leaving and they cannot leave wherever it is. That's what kidnapping is. So basically, one of the people, they barricaded the door. Y'all ain't going nowhere. Give me your chains, watches, whatever. And that's how they got this kidnapping charge amongst the robbery charge as well. So it says that defendant Wright barricaded the studio door with his body to prevent the victims from escaping. Court records reflect that Lontrell Williams Jr. or Pooh Shiesty was on home confinement for a prior firearms conspiracy conviction out of the Southern District of Florida. Part of the terms of his detention were that he could not commit other criminal offenses or possess firearms. His father, Lontrell Williams Sr., is alleged to have helped plan and execute the federal kidnapping. As described in the complaint, within hours of leaving the Dallas studio, the defendants added posts on social media. Dummy. But we got to get the clout, right? Like, basically, we live in a world that if I don't show proof, it didn't happen. That's literally where we're at right now. Like, if you don't show it on social media, it didn't happen. So they had to get the clout. You know what I mean? Like, let's get this clout. It says Within hours of leaving the Dallas studio, the defendants added posts on social media displaying what appeared to be some of the stolen jewelry depicted in photographs from the complaint. So this is them showing the watch. It says screenshot of video posted from Roger's social media account depicted a Rolex believed to be stolen in the robbery. All right, so this is him showing off the watch, a chain, and it says screenshots from another idiot, Glover, social media account depicting him wearing purportedly stolen jewelry as well. So it says, as outlined in the complaint, some of the evidence establishing the defendant's roles in the federal offenses include electric monitoring data placing Williams Jr., aka Pooh Shiesty, at the offense location in violation of his home detention conditions, cell phone records and license plates reader data corroborating the coordinated travel of multiple defendants from Memphis to Dallas, rental car records confirming Williams Sr. rented a vehicle used by the group, surveillance footage from the offense location, a nearby office supply store, and a hotel where several defendants stayed following the offense. Latent fingerprints recovered from the crime scene matching two defendants. Social media posts by defendants displaying what appears to be stolen property in the days following the offense, and Greyhound bus records confirming the travel of multiple defendants from Dallas to Memphis the day after the offense. If convicted, each defendant faces a sentence up to life imprisonment. The FBI Dallas Violent Crime Task Force investigated the case with the assistance of the FBI's Memphis Resident Agency and Nashville Field Office, the Memphis Safe Task Force, blah, 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 blah. So this is the complaint where it shows that the guy has these injuries. They shows them Rogers and Glover posted it on their social media. Pooh Shiesty's daddy renting the car, and Big 30 and Terrence Rogers and DeMarcus and Demarion all basically being a part of this situation. Now, is it or was it worth it? Now, I know that this seems like the ultimate crash out for Pooh Shiesty, and there are certain things that, you know, you're willing to die about. And I think that this was one of those things where he was willing to go to jail about. You know, I understand for Pooh Shiesty. I'm not going to lie. Like, even though he just got out of jail, like Gucci Mane playing on his top, sometimes you feel like crashing out and it's worth it because you're going to die about a nigga playing with you. I get it. You know, I understand. I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't understand. Now, was it stupid? Yes, but I understand. Now, the other 9 individuals, because that would mean that he's cooperating and he's snitching. So
that's what I said in the comments earlier, but you probably didn't read the comments.
I can't get all the comments. It'd be so many going by at once. I can't. I see some, but I don't see every single one. So this just in right here. It says update. DOJ complaint claims Gucci Mane identified Pooh Shiesty as a suspect wearing black Nike brand Shiesty mask during the kidnap, includes photo of Shiesty's crew showing off stolen jewelry on social media after the incident. Gucci Mane's rep is done after this. I'm sorry. I'm not even a hood blogger or whatever, but
yeah, he's done. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. You talk. But 1 second. Let me read this because, child, this is a lot. Okay. So let me pull this up a little. And mute your mic real quick for me, please. Let's make this bigger. Okay. So this right here, it says Junior MM and RD described Williams Jr. as wearing a black Nike brand Shiesty mask, black hooded shirt, and black pants during the offense. An online search of Williams Jr.'s matched the individual depicted throughout at Pooh Shiesty. Yikes. All right, so it says, BP, and RD all personally knew Williams Jr. Hold on, let me make this to where y'all can see it. Let me bring this down. It says, all right, so it says, all personally knew Williams Jr. by both his legal name and the name under which he performs. Pooh Shiesty is a verified Instagram account, and the individual depicted throughout the account matches Williams. Yikes. So they matched this Nike Shiesty hat with Pooh Shiesty's Instagram. It says the 9 individuals, and then they got a screenshot of, I guess, the surveillance. The 9 individuals entered the studio's control room where the inside victims were watching a football game. CW was positioned in the studio lobby while TD remained in the vehicle they arrived in. Depicted below are photographs of the studio lobby, left studio control room, and the right is the studio recording room taken from Dallas Police Department body camera and crime scene photographs captured on the night of the offense. Inside the control room, Williams Jr. produced purported contract termination or release paperwork from a bag and told RD to sign. Now, RD, hold on, let's pull up Gucci Mane's real name for y'all. Hold on. All right, so that y'all can see, RD is Gucci Mane. All right, so this is Gucci Mane, Roderick Delante Davis. So in the paperwork, when they say RD, that is the victim, Gucci Mane. Okay, just so that we all on the same page and everybody is in accordance with the paperwork. All right, so RD, Roderick Davis, is Gucci Mane. All right, let's go back. All right, so let's move this over. All right, so it says inside the control room, hold on. Oh, it says inside the control room, Williams Jr. produced purported contract termination or release paperwork from a bag and told RD to sign. When RD declined, Williams Jr. became agitated and the pair started to argue. MM and BP could see inside the recording room and initially believed RD and Williams Jr. to be discussing business, but as MM saw the conversation intensifying, he texted CW, who was still in the music studio lobby. So you know that they got that text. As the argument inside the recording room ensued, Williams Jr. instructed Wright to get his bag. Wright complied, leaving the recording room before returning with the bag. Williams Jr. then pulled what appeared to be a black AK-47 style, or black AK style, I always say AK-47, AK style pistol from the bag and pointed it at RD, Gucci Mane, demanding again that Gucci Mane sign the contractual release paperwork. All right. So that is just in hot on the press. And hold on, let me refresh this because where did I get that from? I didn't read that. Hold on. They pulled up the actual complaint, the actual thing that's listed in the actual I gotta look it up on Pacer. But anyways, so yeah, so that changes a lot. That changes a lot because a lot of people felt like it was not Gucci Mane cooperating at all. A lot of people thought that it was just the fact that he had an off-duty officer, bodyguard, who told as a duty to report, but the paperwork is saying that they done gave them information that, oh, at the time that it was going on, such and such text this person. Y'all know they got those text messages, etc., etc. Now, Trey, you were in the comments saying a lot, So what is your take on this, and what misinformation do you feel like the lady said that you feel like you want to correct or enlighten us?
All right. First of all, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, because I got YouTube muted. Okay, so thank you, Nick. I love your show. I love your hustle, and you very authentic. And I don't want to just make it seem like I'm a male just being on some sexist type of stuff. They didn't say nothing incorrect. It was just that Gucci did snitch on Jeezy. I don't know if it's, because sometimes a lot of older people around here don't even realize that it's a clip that I can send you because I'm born and raised in Georgia.